Welcome to this special meditation training today, where we're going to go through some of the key concepts of meditation that can help you develop and harness your presence, your concentration, and your ability to be deeply connected with this infinite intelligence that creates everything, that energy, whatever you like to call it, that turns an apple seed into an apple tree and makes that apple tree produce apples every year. That intelligence, that force that grows your fingernails and grows your hair and grows the fingernails and hair of everybody on the planet, whatever you call that. I'll share with you today some of the things I've learned over the many, many years and thousands of hours of meditation. These are the things that the great masters speak about, and people go to ashrams and spend decades learning. I'll share those with you in the next few minutes. If you're willing to dive deep and have that beginner mindset, this training today will be perfect if you are already an incredible meditator. And it will be perfect for you if you are a complete beginner. If this is the first time you have ever come to a meditation training, you are so welcome. One of the keys we'll be talking about today is how you can use the technologies in your body to bring yourself into this state of higher consciousness, this state where you are able to access these different aspects of your being that many people never touch. Because your body is the most incredibly advanced technology that exists in the entire cosmos. Did you know that? Your brain is more powerful than any supercomputer that exists on the earth right now. And your body is more advanced than any spaceship or supercar that has ever been built. It has these different functions that we're not taught about in school. And when you learn them, it has profound impact on the way that you live your life, on the choices that you make, on your character. And this is exactly what happened to me in 2016. I was doing a meditation. I was out in Vietnam. I had just had a real peak in my career. I'd just done my first international talk in front of 500 people, and I was very much aligned and very much feeling powerful. And it was this real high state that I had gotten to without trying. It was just natural. It was flowy. It was perfect. And I sat to meditate, and my connection was so clear. I got this awakening that I'd never experienced before. And this is possible for you today. You can feel everything that I'm talking about today if you choose to. There's no special thing that I have done to be able to tap into these energies. It's available to every single person. And I've been guiding anyone who will listen to it now for 8 years because it brought me profound peace in my heart where there used to be deep anger. And I was an angry person for so much of my life. And we all have stories and reasons and justifications for why the anger is there. And it was a poison that was really clouding my judgment, coloring my life experience, causing me to have addictions. And in this moment in June 2016 in Vietnam, where I made a choice to meditate, And I could have easily made a choice to go out to a club, to eat food, to do anything else, but I chose to meditate at this perfect time, this opportune moment, and I got access to what I call the realm of infinite possibilities. One of the ways that we can access this is using our breath. And I'd love to show you a very quick method that we teach in our quantum healing modality called q-rit. I've taught hundreds of people how to become healers now since having this awakening. And we call this the quantum state. It's the state where you're able to access all of the information that's in the quantum field. If you've ever researched quantum physics, you'll know that we are all connected by this field, this web. That every particle in me is connected to every particle in you, to all the particles that exist everywhere. And when you use this certain technique I'm about to show you, you can access all of these different things. And so you might be surprised at how simple this is. And again, I invite you to come with that beginner mind. Just let go of anything that you think you are supposed to do. Let go of any things you've seen on TV or you've read in books that you have to be some monk that meditates in the mountains for decades. It's not my truth at all. You can learn how to do this in a moment. And so if you're ready, I invite you to sit with a straight spine. Your spine is your antenna. You can lay down with a straight spine as well, if that's your preference. And when we straighten our spine, it's a signal to the cosmos that we are on. I call it tuning in. It's just like the antenna that you have on a TV or a radio. So we're now letting the cosmos know that we are open. We are open to receive this guidance, this wisdom. And it becomes an anchor in NLP. We talk about anchors. I'm a hypnotherapist, so I use a lot of different techniques to help people have these transformations. So now we are on, we're in receiving mode, receptive mode. And the tool is a simple breath technique. So I'd love to invite you to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And when you breathe in, breathe deeply into your belly. So when you breathe in, your belly should go out. And then breathe out through the nose. And when you breathe out, your belly should go back in. So it's a deep in breath through the nose into the belly. And then out. And see if you can notice on the out breath, something very special happens. Can you observe there's this moment? Try again, take a nice deep breath into the belly and out. Can you feel that moment of peacefulness? There's a moment, I like to call it the no thingness, where there's no mind. And this is a technology. There's a whole book about this. It's called the chimp paradox. Talks about how our conscious mind is like a monkey mind, and when you give it a direct command, it cannot think. It is impossible for it to think while you give it a direct command. And so If you say, take a deep breath in and out, you train yourself to be in presence. And the more you practice this, the easier and easier it is for you to feel this feeling. And this can become your default feeling. This is my default now. Peacefulness is my default. And it's a choice that we all get to make, get to choose what you would love your default state to be. And over time, you create that through your thoughts, through your words, through your actions. And meditation is such a powerful way to cultivate your inner world. When we are in this quantum state with no mind, we have the ability to access information outside of our brain. Most people only work in their conscious mind, and so they're limited to the information that their brain knows. When you're in this quantum state, which we call the superconscious, you can start to see things, feel things, get knowingnesses outside of what your brain knows. And this is where you can start to develop skills like deep intuition. If you've ever explored any of the clair senses, you can start to get visions of the future, which some people call clairvoyance. You might be able to hear things that the average person can't hear because they're so busy being busy. And there's this beautiful slowing down that happens if you take a nice deep breath in and out. And one of the basic principles of quantum mechanics is that time doesn't really exist in the way that we've been told it does. When you are fully present in this state, there is just one moment, there is just now, and everything else is happening in this now moment. This is a new concept for you. You don't have to fully understand it. It's just something to play with, that in this 0 point moment, you can start to access all these other nows. You can start to access all of the information that is in these other parts of consciousness. And so if you're open to it, I can show you very quickly what this looks like. You can just take a nice deep breath in and out, and ask to be shown the grandest version of the greatest vision of what is possible for you in this lifetime. Ask to be shown the grandest version of the greatest vision of what is possible for you in this lifetime, and see what comes through for you. You might see a vision really clearly, like a movie. It might be a knowingness for you. You might get an intuitive hit. You might hear it. There's so many different ways to perceive this. However you perceive it is perfect for you. What is possible for you in this lifetime? What is the highest plan for you that you could align with? And if you find you get into your head, just come back to the body, deep breath in and out. Feel really grounded and connected, and just allow yourself to play in that kind of daydream state. Does that version of you look like? How do they feel? How do they move through the world? How does this version of you that is absolutely thriving think? What kind of thoughts do they have? How do they speak? If you get curious, there's no good or bad or right or wrong, just play around with it. What does their life look like? What do they do? Where are they based? Where do they live? And trust that whatever shows up for you is the exact perfect thing that you need to see to be inspired for this next part of your journey. And if there is anything you would love to see in particular, you can just take a deep breath in and out and ask to be shown the grandest version of the greatest vision for that. It could be your relationships, could be your romantic life, could be your family, your health, finances, career, whatever that is for you, has to be shown the grandest version of the greatest vision of it. And then just allow yourself to go and play, see what is possible. And if you see something that you would love to bring into your now reality, you could just imagine that you have this inner GPS system. In q-rit, we call it your quantum GPS system. It's like a map app on your phone. You can just plug in destinations and plug in visions and say to the cosmos a huge yes. Yes, I would love to align with this. Thank you for aligning me with this. Thank you for bringing me all of the resources that I need, the people, the teachers, the opportunities so that I can step fully into this reality at the perfect way in the perfect time. Thank you. And imagine when you pop this into your quantum GPS system, it will give you a route just like a map does. And you can choose if you want to take the fastest route. You can choose if you want to take the more scenic route, more slow, maybe more beautiful. It's your life, it's your choice, and you get to choose every moment that you are present. You can make the best choices. One of the greatest gifts I can offer to you is to remember how to be present. Just take that deep breath into the belly and out, and be a conscious creator of your life. Every day when you open your eyes, there are an infinite number of choices available to you. Whatever is going on in your life, you could take out your phone straight after this meditation and you could call any of the contacts in your phone. You could have 1,000 or 100 different conversations, and each one of those would change the direction of your life. You could go to the airport and you could get on a flight to anywhere in the world and change the direction of your life. You could go and tell someone you love them and marry them. Like everything is possible for you. You could go and apologize to someone you've held a grudge against. You could go and make amends to someone that you've wronged. Every moment you have all of these choices, and when you remember that, life will become so much richer. One of the great traps and great deceptions that happened to me as a child was having my head so filled with all of this busy, busy, busy work, all of these things that I was told I should be or should do, all of these expectations and pressures. And some of the greatest work that we can do is to take a nice deep breath in and out and just let all of that go. You could imagine, if it felt right for you, some kind of love energy surrounding you, the purest love you're able to perceive, however you see that, however you feel that, coming from the purest place. And imagine that love energy that surrounds you now. When you breathe in, you breathe that love in to every cell in your body, to every fiber of your being, and it comes and it fills you up. And as it fills you up, you can imagine this love energy, however you see it. Maybe it has a color, maybe it has a texture, maybe it's a bright, shining light of some kind. Just breathing it in softly, relaxing. There's nothing you need to do, just allowing it all to be done in the perfect way. Allowing that love, that light to come and unravel, unwind, release, remove, and clear anything that no longer serves you. Allowing it to come and evaporate, transmute, and shift any old patterns, habits, or programs, any stories that you may have been told about who you should or shouldn't be. You could also see that this clearing happens all the way throughout your family field, across your ancestral line, releasing you from anything that no longer serves you. And we ask that these energies that are being released and transmuted are turned into love and sent to the highest and best place for them at this time, so that you can have the most incredible next chapter of your life, free from any of those old burdens. Perhaps you can even feel that lightness now. Maybe you can feel a straightening in your spine. Maybe you can feel tingles in your hands or your feet or your head. Maybe you can feel these things. Maybe it's even decades or lifetimes of heaviness just being lifted as you come back into your natural state and remember who you truly are. Remember who you truly are. Remember who you were before they told you who you were supposed to be, before they gave you a nationality or a religion or a gender, or they told you how old you were. Remember that pure essence of who you were before all of these labels started to make you be or act certain ways, and come back to the fullness of your highest being, whatever that is for you. In q-rit, we call it your optimal blueprint, your highest blueprint, the most shiny, beautiful, powerful version of you that you're able to be in this lifetime. We ask that this integration happens in the most easeful, graceful, and beautiful way. Maybe you can imagine it's like a flower blossoming. Maybe you can feel that happening in your body somewhere, in your heart, in your head, in your being. Maybe there's multiple flowers just blossoming to whatever level you feel ready to right now, whatever level you feel is in your highest and best. Maybe you can see this love energy coming, filling up your heart, your head, your whole body, your hands, your legs. And as it shines and intensifies, helping you to rewire and reprogram your brain, your neural network, the network between your brain and your heart, and between your brain, your heart, and your gut. You can feel that reprogramming happening so that you can be fully optimized. If you could imagine your body like a vehicle, like a car, is someone coming and they're changing, retuning all the electronics to make sure that they're updated. If you have ever seen how you update a computer, you can update yourself now with the most aligned software upgrade so that you can really be in joy. Find the joyfulness in this life. Find a way to embody your highest truth, to shine your beautiful, unique frequency, blueprint, magic, whatever you like to call that. And remember that you are medicine for this world, that you are here for a reason, that you have something so beautiful that nourishes the world and nourishes the people that come into your life. And if you are ever in a place where you're not appreciated, it does not mean anything about you. It means you might simply be in the wrong place and you can move, you can change, you can create your life anew every day. There's nothing you have to do. You get to choose to do. You get to make true choices. Perhaps if it feels right for you, you could say out loud now, using the power of your voice, you could say, I choose. Feel how that feels. I choose. I get to choose. I can choose. I can create my life anew. I get to create my life anew. I get to design my life in the most beautiful way. And there is so much support available to me physically and energetically when I am present. You have all of the options here, the infinite possibilities. You are the artist that gets to create this most wonderful life. And as you tune in to this instrument that you have, this body, this being, this brain, this heart, this mind, whatever you like to call it, if it had a message for you, if your inner being had a message for you, fullness of who you are had a message for you, what would it be? And just trust the first thing that comes up. And you can ask questions to yourself. You can communicate to yourself anytime you want to. You just close your eyes, take a breath. You can ask questions and get answers from this highest place. Perhaps you can call in and remember that energy of that version of you. You saw the grandest version of you from the greatest vision, the version of you that's already done all of these things. They've already walked the path that you are currently walking, that you get to walk, that you get to experience anew. And you can create this or something even higher. And as you call them in, they can become your greatest mentor. You could ask them if they had any advice for you to help you on your path, what would that be? And then just listen. If you were to have any question you would love to be answered right now, if you knew that you could speak directly to the CEO of the cosmos and you could ask any question about any area of your life, what would you love to ask? Ask it now, see what comes through. And you can come back and do this process as many times as you'd like to, ask as many questions as you would like to. You can come with your notepad and your pen and write pages and pages and pages of wisdom from this higher perspective when you are in that present moment. And as you feel this remembering of how powerful you are and all these tools that are available to you that maybe you'd forgotten or weren't taught how to use, perhaps. Maybe a new appreciation for how truly magnificent you are. And as we start to bring this process towards a close today, maybe you could say a big thank you to whoever or whatever you believe in, to this amazing cosmos that we live in, to your incredible body and being that allows us to be here, even to experience this, to be conscious enough to listen to these words and be able to go on journeys like this together. We truly are gifted, truly are living in a most wonderful time. It's so easy to connect with other people with like minds and like hearts. It's so easy to learn new things with technology, with this great awakening, with this access to information. If there's anything you don't know, you can learn it. You can do hard things. You can overcome any challenges or obstacles. You can learn how to heal your body, your mind. You can learn how to deepen your connection to this infinite wisdom. All starts with you making these true choices. Starts with you honoring yourself as this perfect being that you are, this embodiment of this infinite intelligence, the most incredible piece of technology that ever existed. Is who you are. And I invite you to come now back fully into your body, taking a nice deep breath into the belly and out, feeling really grounded, really connected to your body, really connected to this earth. Maybe taking a moment to thank earth. You're taking a moment to appreciate all of the beautiful things in your life. And when you're ready now, maybe wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, having a stretch, feeling energized, connected, wonderful and peaceful in your own time. You could open your eyes, and I'd love to invite you, without speaking, to grab a notepad or a pen if you have one available to you. Just spend the next few minutes writing down, journaling down anything from this process today that you'd love to remember. When we write things down, we take things from the etheric realms and we bring them into the physical. It's a very powerful process. And remembering, you can come back to this process as many times as you would like. You know how to access these different realms now, these different levels of consciousness, and it's my absolute pleasure to guide you today. My name's Luke Scott III. If there's anything I can do to support you on your journey, please reach out. There's so many different ways to help you, and please do share this with anyone you know who might benefit from these processes. Please do invite them to join us for future meditations. When we invite others in, it creates a ripple effect that can grow. If you imagine we have a candle in our heart, a flame of passion, we can use that to light the flame of passion in other people's hearts. And we all just remind each other of who we are. It's a very wonderful process. Thank you for being a part of it. Wishing you the most incredible next chapter of your life, whatever that holds for you. Wishing you peace, love, joy, and happiness in everything that you do.